I'd also like, before I tear into this here, I'd like to show this wiring to make life a little bit easier for people here, trying to figure out what's going on. So I know it's kind of a convolved mess here, but if yours looks anything like this, you probably have a key here instead of a switch. So you turn the key, okay, and you're probably wondering what the fuck is going on here. So battery, cable. The cable runs all the way to your positive on your battery, comes up into your solenoid, right? Now, off your solenoid, you have this wire running into the back of this amp meter, right? And now this sits here, and this supplies 12 volts power to this. There's 12 volts power supplied constantly to this side, which comes out, would go to, which in this case is a switch. You would be a key. It goes to your key, so when you turn your key on, it feeds power into here, which runs all your power for the starter. It runs the power to run the hour gauge. Now you have one ground here. I'll show you in a minute what that ground connects to. But, so this all connects, and it also sends signal when you turn the key on. Now, if you have a magneto setup, this is going to be a little bit different. This is for you guys driving with an alternator or a belt-driven generator. So, when you turn your key on, you're going to send signal, 12-volt signal, down here, right? It comes down through up here, and it comes in right into, and that sends signal to your alternator telling you the alternator is running to charge. Now that wire right here runs to your battery, charges your battery while the thing's running. Now let me jump back into it a little bit further here as well. Okay, so now what you have is another wire running down from here where it splits off, running to your coil. That runs to the 12-volt positive on your coil. Okay, now the negative runs from the coil straight to your distributor, obviously, because your distributor keeps a negative charge. That's but it's grounding out is what's creating that spark on your point system here. So I'll show you I don't know if there's going to be enough juice in there, but if I turn this thing over, you should see that thing. So, see it? So, every time it jumps, it's creating an arc. I am, like I say, I'm a little young. I'm no expert on points. I know how to make them work, but I couldn't really tell you too much more than that. You're getting, at this point, 12 volts grounded from your coil. Well, not 12 volts, but that's the negative from your coil going to here. And in here is just a bunch of windings, and it amps up the... I'm not getting into that as much, because I don't want to lead you into false information. This is what I do know. This is where my problem laid. Anywho, once you have your key on, now you have power to your push-button switch, right? Because all this goes into this loom. Well, from here, you follow this wire, right? That's the wire that comes out of the back of your push switch. Momentary switch. Sorry. You're going to follow that. It's actually going to go through here. This is just temporary, just to test my compression. It's actually going to go down through here, right? And it's going to come up, and it's going to connect to the signal wire on your solenoid. Now you have a signal and a ground wire on your solenoid. The ground is going to go to a chassis ground on the machine. Now on the other side here, you have on the other side here, you have your wire coming out going to the starter. So what happens here is when you push your button, you send 12 volts positive to this. This signals the solenoid in here to send power from your main feed coming in to your battery, or to your starter. Same setup as a Ford truck. It's pretty simple. Well, anyway, I figured I'd show you that before I start tearing this motor apart seriously. And, well, it's nice and easy to show you. Plus, this will help me when I go to put it all back together and I'm looking at a mess of parts going, what the fuck did I get myself into?